Good morning, seventh graders. Happy Monday. I am home and very excited to go back to our normal class schedule, or as normal as things can be in this crazy time. Here's what we're doing this week. Let's focus on just today and tomorrow. So, we are going to take the end of the year reading inventory, and this will be open from today, and you should finish it by Wednesday. Now, if you have any issues with that, please just get in touch with me and let me know. What you're going to do is take the reading inventory basically in your own time. We are taking this to measure your growth from the beginning to the end of the year. That means that it doesn't really matter whether your score is higher or lower than anyone else's. It just matters that you have a higher score than you did at the beginning of the year. Now, that just shows us that you're growing the way that you should. It also shows that I've been helping you as a teacher. It's important data to show what you've learned this year. And I think it's really important to prove something to yourself about your growth. These are going to determine your flex or springboard placement for eighth grade. However, as I've said before, none of you should be moving out of the springboard class. And this is a chance to earn assessment points for S2. So if you do well on your test, meaning you grow, that's the goal, growing, then you are getting extra assessment points, which is really good for your grade. What you're going to do is go to the O'Farrell Middle School website, click links, and click math and reading inventory. Or if you'd prefer, you could just click this link right here. You're going to enter your student ID number. The password should be welcome1 exclamation mark, and then you'll click the reading inventory button. Try your best and take your time. So please do this test at a time where you feel you are the most mentally active. Now, for me, that time is in the morning, but for you, maybe that time is in the afternoon or the evening. And then if you need to reset your test, please email me. I will do it as fast as possible. Here are your current reading inventory scores. Now, I have recorded here your fall, that means the beginning of the year, and your winter scores. Some of you did not finish your winter test, and therefore you may end up being, when you click start, it may take you sort of to the middle of the test, and therefore you may end up needing to ask me to reset it. You'll notice here that there is a highlighted column where this is your spring score goal. This was your fall, your winter, and your growth goal. Now you'll see some people's growth goals have been crossed out. The reason for that is that you already beat it in your winter score, and therefore I gave you a new goal, usually 5 to 10 points more than where you were. So it's a very reasonable new goal, but you should still be growing. If your goal is not crossed out, that means you didn't quite reach it yet, and that's still your goal for the end of the year. But a lot of you grew over the middle of the year, and therefore you don't have very far to reach your end of the year goal. Now, you'll notice also this spreadsheet is organized by student ID. That is because this was just the simplest way for me to get all of your information to you while still maintaining your anonymity. So it's not alphabetical. This is by your student ID. And you'll notice down here, even though you can kind of not see it because of these directions, there are tabs for the different class periods. So please scroll to your tab, then scroll to your number, look at your goal, and then after you finish, I will continue to add your actual spring score. And again, if you need me to reset the test, I can. That is easy peasy. So, last thing is, these are what we're using to determine your springboard versus flex placement. However, for many of you, this may be more important to understand your Lexile score compared to your grade level. So at the end of 7th grade, proficient is considered to be at least 970. Now, this could be anywhere from 970 to 1124 because you guys know reading is a complex measure. It's like not just your vocabulary comprehension, but your interpretation skills, your ability to read long and short sentences, the ability to interpret multiple meanings. And so that's why there is a range for every grade level. Advanced for 7th grade is considered above 1125. So some of you are already considered advanced for 7th grade, but that means you just want to keep pushing yourself a little bit further. Now, don't mind this. This is for my 8th graders. Again, this is our placement scores. So some of you, your goal is just 970 because that's what we want you to be at for the end of 7th grade. And for many of you, you just need to look at that spreadsheet to see what your goal is for the end of this year. So when you are finished with that, we do have a Hunger Games task this week. The reason is because we need to finish the book before the end of the school year, which is rapidly approaching. However, I was so pumped last week to hear that a lot of people are very into the book. So we're reading chapter 16 and 17, and our work with it is pretty simple this week. And I do have office hours as normal tomorrow and Thursday, so I'd really love to see you there. You can earn some extra credit by participating, and it's always entertaining to hear our conversations. The very last thing that I want you to take care of today is to check your grade on PowerSchool. The grades are up to date as far as I'm aware, and many of you probably notice that your grades are dropping because you aren't doing work. You do need to finish work. For those of you that have an F in English right now, you are at risk of going to summer school. If you finish the year with an F, you are going to summer school. So please do not slack in these last few weeks of school. For those of you that are anywhere in the middle, you have this opportunity for the next couple of weeks to move yourself up to the next grade level band, and all of you can. A lot of you are simply not doing work because you just don't feel like it, or because you think there's no accountability. There is. This is the time you need to show up. Not literally in my Zoom calls, but you need to show up for yourself. You need to set yourself up for having a good year next year, whatever that's going to look like for us. If you need help, please email me. I am happy to call you. I'm happy to set up a private Zoom chat, and I am happy to talk through with you whatever you need. This is also a really good time to make sure that you have finished all of the quizzes. The reason I say that is because they're assessment grades, so they're worth a lot more than the homeworks. If you haven't done them, but the tests are closed on Elluminate, please email me so I can reopen them for you. If you want to retake a test, you can email me and I will also reopen it for you. So, thanks for watching this whole video. I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day and get in touch if you need anything.